Hello, hello. All right, let me get this keyboard out of my way and we can get started. Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a good day. I tell you, I've listened to all this crap over the weekend, and it is crap. But, you never know who they're fighting with, and I really don't care who they're fighting with. Um, let's start with Tasha. Um, I see her doing a Brian Laundrie letter today, or when you get yourself caught up to be able to do it, which amazes me, because you said you weren't doing anything with true crime anymore because you can't get, like you used to. So here we have Parker. Well, I think I was the first one to talk about the letter. Then Parker started talking about it. And then next thing you know, here you come with saying you started your channel. You gave it 24 hours. You said this yesterday. You couldn't go up this weekend with it because this new channel, you had to give it 24 or 48 hours uh, before it was ready for you to use. So you weren't going to do anything with the Brian letter before that. So it's plain to see that you're either doing it because I did it or doing it because Parker did it. Um, and I'm not going to say which one was better than the other because I do know it's easy to hear, easy to see. Um, so I did a whole hour long on that letter. And I guess you think nobody should be able to do anything except for you regarding the laundry letter. But you're not even supposed to be here, but you just are going to, follow up on it and created your channel, not because you wanted to do crime, because you act like there's none out there except the laundry and Petito case, which is already over. You might as well get used to it. We're not going to get any new stories out of Brian Laundrie. The story we got is what he wrote. A lot of the evidence you put out there was wrong as hell. Like the orange lines going everywhere, you called it bullet holes. Yet when the autopsy came out, no bullet holes. And let me see, we were clearly told that those were markers to tell the people where to walk. But yet, now you're going to come out and say it means something else. Some more bullshit. Hey, if you can't find the facts, make them up, right? So, what do you say about that? Is that what you do? I guess you think because you're a bigger channel that if me or anybody else on the low totem pole puts out something, that you have the right to come over there and take our content and do what you want to with it. Okay, I'll just start calling you out on your bullshit because you can't think of any content on your own and you don't have a golden key on Petito. You might as well get that through your thick ass head anyway, along with the other shit you can't get through your head. Um, there ain't really much more to say on Natasha. She can't get her own content, so she follows the content of lesser channels. Parker, yeah, you're a lesser channel too. Um, and then, well, let's go with the next topic because Natasha ain't worth a whole bunch more than 5 minutes. Voices. I have a real bone to pick with you. I'm sick of hearing you take over every panel that you get invited on or they let you up on. You take over, you talk over every content creator. You just blah, 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 blah. It's like a script because you change every single conversation into the same conversations you keep saying on every panel you go on. You have a channel. But my biggest gripe with you voices is you using the phrase crotch gobblings and some other crotch word that sentence that you use. You think it's okay to say that. Well, it's not okay. You know why? You're so fucking disrespectful. You don't have any sense whatsoever that some of those crotch gobblings, as you say, are grown ups now. And I'm one of those people. So you need to find another word for children who are orphans, who are aborted, or put in the foster care system, or in any kind of system other than your sins of crotch gobblings. You are a nasty, nasty little person to be using phrases like that on kids. You don't like kids? Okay. So I guess it's too hard for you to just say kids in a conversation. But every single solitary panel that you go on, you call children crotch gobblings. And another phrase you use that I just can't think of right now. So most people can't even watch their favorite creators. I was on Jess's watching her this morning, and there were a lot of people who left. Why? Because of you. Because you were on her panel using those words, saying other things over and over and over and over again. That is your stream. Just to repeat the same shit you've repeated on 6 other channels you've been on. Why don't you try to show a little respect to the creators of that channel, if not for the people in it? You don't know how many of those people in it are in the subs are dumpster babies, as y'all like to call, crotch goblins, as y'all like to call. Y'all are fucking disgusting. You don't have kids good. Maybe you shouldn't speak on them. But I'm one of those that you call these names and other creators call these names like dumpster baby. That I'm a grown up now. And I'm not the only one out here who is uh, an orphan or an adoptee or anything like that. But I don't know where you get off calling us those names. You think you're calling some people kids. You think you're calling little kids these names and they can't hear you because this is an adult platform. Well, but you don't think for a minute how many adults out here you're telling them that that's what they are. Except we're grown-ups now. Well, I'm telling you to shut up. Shut your mouth. I'm sick of every panel you go on. You find somehow, some way to talk about children or kids, and you steadily go with them two sentences of crotch goblins and whatever that other word you sentence you use to describe them right along, no matter whose panel it is. So even though we, the adults now, of who we were children who went through that, of people not wanting us, you have the audacity to sit there and tell us what we were born into, what we were as children thought of. So shut up. Either go back to your channel and talk that shit, or quit doing it on other people's panels. Because you don't know how many adults you're speaking to that are now grown ups from the phrases you use. And any of you in the background right there, my little eyeball shows me that there's 5 of you. If you're from Natasha's channel, get the fuck off of here. If you're from Voice's channel listening for her, shut the fuck up and get off here. Go tell her. Sure in the hell sick of playing the nice guy while people use terms about people like me, an orphan, and they think it's okay. Makes me not want to be such a nice guy. You don't have the right to call us names like that. We belong to God, not you. Between Natasha or Tasha or Coops, whatever name you want to be called, and Voices talking about this, you think it'd get cleaned up on the street, but hell no, it ain't cleaned up. And if anybody out there has a problem with what I'm saying, there's the link in the corner. Go ahead and step your ass up to the plate and have a conversation about it. I put my link right out there from the beginning. If you got something to say, step your ass up and say it. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. I do want to thank the people who have donated to the $5 homeless blazing heat water fund, because that's such a hard number to donate, where everybody else is getting thousands of dollars because, well, she can get whatever money she wants. I don't even care about her money. But $5 to for my people are too much. I have 189 subscribers, and those are the people I'm talking to about that $5 donation. And people just say, "Well, you're not monetized yet." I don't give a care about when I am monetized. I'm still going to have the same cash app. So it's not about money all the time. I'm just collecting money to buy the homeless people out there burning the hell up some water. So I've heard people say you shouldn't have a thing down there for a donation. I can have it down there if I want to. I'm really trying to help people who are burning up. I'm not trying to go to the casino. I'm not trying to go spay dogs and whatever people think I'm trying to do. I'm trying to buy water. Water. I have a dog. He's spayed. He's mine. I take care of him. He's a very happy dog. You can bet money on that. So I don't need to hear it. I heard Jess and her live today. It was a good live until, voices took over it, just like she does everybody's panel. She gets on there and takes over the talking and cuts off the creators, and the creators basically stop talking. That's what everyone's there for, to hear from the creator. But every time she gets on the channel, she takes over the creator position and just bogarts over it and brings her subjects back to the front of the table, even though the creator is talking about something else or wants to talk about something else. Because Jess don't need anybody up there trying to tell her what to talk about. She's got it locked down percent. She's got it locked on. She talks her panel every time. She don't need nobody up there to help her. So all you got is NC on this side spreading hate, on the other side across the street over there, and on this side of the fence we got the great pleasure of having voices take over every panel. And yeah, voices, that's why a lot of people don't like you, because you take over. You have no respect whatsoever for any creator that you go on their page for. You just walk in there and start telling your own agenda. We've all heard it. We know your agenda. We know what you don't like. Crotch gobblings. You say it every time. So that means I hear at least 4 to 5 times a day of you saying this sentence about children. You didn't want children. And then today you said, let me see how you put it. Well, the earlier in the day on someone else's channel yesterday, you said your parents had you and then waited a long time to have the other ones caught, the other your brothers and sisters or whatever, so that you could take care of them. Hey Shayna Renee, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Think I'm kidding? I'm not. Hey, Nasir, I 100% agree with you. I can't stay in a chat when she's on panel anymore. It's not the only one. Okay, anyway, let's go back to what you were born for. You were born, according to you, to take care of your younger siblings when your mom had birth. I noticed you didn't use crotch goblins when you talked about your mama's babies. And then the next day you said something different. So you were born according to you the day before in order to take care of your baby, take care of your mom's babies, because they had them much later in life and you would have been older. But that ain't what you said the next day. So why don't you go look at your film and figure out what you said the next day? My problem with you is plain and simple. You take over everybody's channel. You don't think about what you say before you spit it out your nasty little mouth. And all I want you to do is shut the fuck up. Why? Well, let's see. Let me say it slower. I'm an orphan. I was adopted. And you call people like me a crotch goblin. And every time you say that, I don't know if I'm the only one who gets the image of squirrel. Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. I got it. All I ever think of and see is a picture of a fucking gremlin.
I was making it, which is really not good. She said it multiple times.
Nasty
today.
ass. Shauna Renee, she just talks so nasty. Crotch goblins is an offensive nerve to those who have children. It is, and it's offensive to the people she's calling that. She's saying it. She described it. Orphans, dumpster babies. That's all I hear people talk about on here. Dumpster babies and crotch goblins, and I can't remember what the other phrase she uses for people like me. But all I want you and the other fat ass person to do is sit the fuck down and shut up. I don't want to hear Natasha or Tasha or Coops or whatever y'all want to call her talk about children. She might remember there's a little one coming on the way. So she might want to turn her voice into a better sound. Because I would hate to be born with that woman's voice in my ears. And then voices. I said, you said the day before, you call all the crotch goblins and all that, and then you say, but I'm good with kids. I love to hold the babies. I'm a good babysitter. I think they're cute. Oh my gosh. Get a dog. You need something a little more than a cat, I'd say. And now you're all about spay and neuter. Wow, does that go with people who don't take their babies? Spay and neuter is to stop babies. So are you saying that that's your mental capacity for children is to either stop them because if they come out, they're just crotch goblins, gremlins? I mean, I can say something really bad if you want me to. But I won't give you the pleasure. Every time you open your mouth, bile stuff comes out. I would never, even if I had children, I would never. Shana, Shauna Renee, I hope I'm saying that right, says, oh my God, could you imagine her babysitting children? Hell no, I can't. I would never let her near my child. And I don't have children. Hell, I wouldn't let her near my damn dog. I wouldn't let her babysit a damn turtle in an aquarium tank. Are you kidding me? She has such vile for children. I don't understand. What happened to you? Is your childhood so bad that you grew up hating yourself and hating children around you so much that you're an adult that just cannot stand the word when you hear child? Because when you hear child, when you hear kid, you say that damn word. Which one? Oh, crotch goblin, in case you forgot. Nasty ass. And then you talk about some guy you were dating and he wanted to marry you and have children. But oh no, that's a secret garden down there. But it wasn't a secret garden when you talked about what you wanted to do to Natasha down there. You wanted to ram her, bump her, pull her. I can't even say how nasty you are. But I am glad that you live way out in the middle of no damn where. Sean Renee says, Nasir, I heard her call another creator's kids, oh, Pussy turds before. Uh, you, for real, that is the most, you are the nastiest woman I have ever heard in my whole life. You don't have any couth. Figure out how to spell that if you want to. You don't have any decorum. Why are you getting on people's channels with people who have children and still spit that shit out your mouth? You still spit that shit out your mouth and you don't even care about the creator that you're on there with, that they have children. And you think Natasha's bad? What makes you not as bad as Natasha? Because your mouth is a vile vacuum, except it's broken and it spits shit out. It don't suck it in. And for a long while there, nobody had any contact with you. No, I didn't miss that neither. Once Mandy broke away from you, then you didn't have any contact with anybody. Nobody wanted you around or be on their panels. Then I guess you and Mandy made up because the next thing I know, here you are on a panel with her. Yeah, 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 yeah. The same shit you used to do when you were on the panel with her. Take over. And yeah, later I saw that she was on your panel. Shauna Renee says, Yep, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. She would make a whole room full of truckers blush with that mouth. Yes, you are so true. So true you are. The worst speaking people on the planet with the potty mouth from hell are truck drivers and usually the soldiers who've been in combat for so long they've lost humanity in what they're doing. And so but you can get them back to being an officer form when they get back home. Yeah. Squirrel Girl says, heck, I heard her say today was to hush and let Jess talk, and she told me to go back to Natasha. Oh, hell no. Now you telling people to go back to Natasha like your ass is so much cleaner. All I wish I had was 5 minutes with you and like a carton, a box full of Lysol. Squirrel Girl says she doesn't even know you, Nasir, or me, or anyone else for that matter. Oh, she gonna know me today. She gonna know me today. Don't you come your ass over here or make no video about me saying, "Oh, he just da 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 da." You won't take me on. If you want to take me on, come your ass up on here right now. It just amazes me how some of these women, no matter who they are, think that someone who is nice, because normally I don't cuss and I'm pretty respectful to women. But there ain't a lot of room on here for to be respectful to some of these women. Shauna Renee says, Squirrel Girl Gaming, oh wow. Who the hell does she think she is? She needs to get off whatever high horse she's on. She's not a good look at all. You got that right. She's sucking on that CBD too much. Now I'm sitting the hell right here. If you got a problem with it, there's the link right there. Take it and come your ass up here. Or stay your ass on the other side of whatever hellhole you're sitting on. See, they just think that the guys on here either like liking or like the other guys I've seen lately on YouTube. But I'm not like that. But I'm becoming like that because I already see that the only way to get views is for me to be like I am today. The only way for me to people to hit my like button is for me to be like I am today. It doesn't mean I lost God. It just means I'm not going to take your shit anymore, and I'm not going to sit here and listen to you call people like me a crotch goblin. So I'll start with you. Voices, knock your shit off. You're a woman. I'm going to remind you of that. You wonder why Natasha says she doesn't know? Because you don't act like a woman. You think you're all like Joan of Arc for every single thing that's out there. You act like you're Joan of Arc for anybody that wants to do something. You act like you're Joan of Arc. You're going to take on the world for puppies. You're Joan of Arc taking on the world. If any creator says they want something started, you'll lead the charge. Sit the hell down. If you're on another creator's panel, how about you take your seat and let other people talk that are up there? Not everybody wants to hear your mouth. Trust me, there are so many people out here who leave panels of people they like because you're running your mouth too much. Oh, yeah, Squirrel Girl. She also acts like she knows everything about mental health, along with any other subject that brought up. Yeah, she's a walking encyclopedia, I guess. She knows she's an expert on everything. Squirrel says I even left Granny's watching live earlier because of voices. I really like Jess a lot. Shauna Renee says, did Voices and Mandy make up? I don't know. Maybe they did because they were on a panel together yesterday. I don't know what day they did that panel. I was kind of ill this weekend. So it was either yesterday, I heard of it yesterday, or it was sometime Friday, Saturday. Somewhere up in there, they were back on the same panel. And guess what? Voices picked right back up where she normally does. She leads the way. So Shauna Renee says, did Voices and Mandy make up? I hope not. unfortunately, because Mandy's so much stronger without that. I know they're always back and forth on that's because of the bad behind scenes shit Voices does. Ah, she also preaches TOS when she breaks TOS. Right? She, ever since, she's been this way ever since the terms of service became the hot topic with Coops. And she ain't shut up about it. Hey, all of us know how to read terms of service. We don't need her to read it for us. We're adults. Squirrel says, as far as I know, they did. But then again, I don't follow channels 24/7. Laugh out loud. I think that I think they're okay because they are on panel together. Well, there you go. But with these YouTube treats, you really can't tell who's liking and who hates each other every given second. One minute moment they hate each other, the next they like each other. Ain't that the damn truth? And I love Mandy. Somebody get that clip so they can use it on me later. She's an intelligent woman. How can I not like to have a conversation with her? That's just the facts. Jess is that way too. That's just the facts. But voices? Hell no. I think she owes me a fucking apology today. Why? Because any child is a crotch goblin, especially one who's what did she say about abortions?
That's what it was.
She said she is an aborted baby. That's what she said. First, she said her parents had her, before all the other siblings, so that she would be a babysitter for the others. And then she came out, I don't know if it was on another panel or not, that she was an aborted baby. A baby, I guess, that was supposed to be aborted. Voice is like a magnet to panels. As soon as she sees someone go live, she jumps on the panel. You damn right about that. She better not come over here because I'm going to put her up here and tell her what she needs to know. Shauna Renee says, Shauna Renee, am I saying your name right? Right? Yes, in there, please, for me. Squirrel Girl Gaming, you're so right. Mandy C has been on a really good path for herself. And in my opinion, Voices is going to try and derail her. She is going to derail her. That's what she does. I sure hope not, and that Mandy keeps her distance. I don't know why Mandy even goes back to Voices to be on her panel with her. I don't know if she just doesn't know that people cannot stand the fact that she takes over everything and we don't want to hear her. There are a lot of people out there that does not like Voices taking over panels and talking over the content creator, and it's their channel. You want to talk that much? Go your ass back to your house. Compete with them. Go live when they're on live. But you know that's what you can't do. You can't compete with them because they're going to run all over you with the numbers. So what? They do it to me. It's just the name of the game. But I'm serious though. If I'm pretty nice, soft spoken guy. And that's usually how I come on here. And I've been putting up relaxing things for people and stuff like that because I kind of just been noticing. I've told Squirrel that unless I'm talking like everybody else, then nobody wants to come in here. Because I just won't tell what I see all the time. I keep it to myself. Yet I need to call it out. So I'm calling voices out right now. I'm not calling her to come see me. Hell no. Squirrel says, I think Vivian said that voice. Oh, Squirrel said, I think voices. Vivian said that voices was an aborted baby or something along those lines. Shauna Renee says, Shayna Renee. Squirrel Girl Gaming, you're so right. Mandy C has been on a really good path for herself, and in my opinion, Voices is going to try and derail her. I sure hope not that Mandy keeps her distance. Shayna Renee said, that's okay this year. It's actually pronounced, I think I got it right now, Shayna. Shayna Renee. I'm sorry. A lot of people say my name wrong too. They think it's, I don't know what the hell they think it is, but how you say my name is Nasir. So maybe one day some of them will hear it, Nasir. It's kind of like it says, but still. They get on here and come up with all kinds of names. Nasir, Nisir. Just, that's another subject that just blows my mind. Squirrel Girl says it was either Vivian or Brittany Jade. I don't remember because I get them mixed up. Hey, I'd have swore, and I'm not a betting man, but if I had to bet, I don't watch Vivian, so I would bet that it was herself. I'm sorry. She has no problem saying it, stuff about that, and I truly believe that she said she wasn't supposed to be an aborted baby. If I'm wrong, everybody that knows me knows I'll apologize. But I'm pretty sure. And see, I don't do like the other creators. I don't clip everybody's damn channel of everything they say, and that's my content running through their little commentary for their voices. That's not commentary. It's not even fun. I mean, what the hell are we gonna say? Natasha's Tasha. You see how that works, Natasha, when you call people by the wrong name and then you think they're supposed to go by the rules and call you by your right name? Doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like a lot of things. And see, I'm not afraid of Natasha. She can talk shit about me all she wants. I don't care. I don't care what she says. I don't care how she makes fun of my name. I don't. And she would say, "Well, you must be bothered because you're talking about me right now." Y'all know how she gets when she tries to be that little pure Southern. I'm from Louisiana. You're higher up in the states than I am because I'm down in that real boot. So I'm more Southern than you, smartass. So sit down in your damn recliner. Because I'm pretty sure you're stealing content from the person, that would be me, that doesn't have as many viewers. Because you wasn't doing shit about true crime, is what you said. I know I put Brian Laundrie's notebook out before Parker. And then Parker put it out her way. I almost made a mistake though by running the news on the thing so everybody could see it, but that's okay. I took it down and I got rid of it, and then I made another panel with just me talking about it. And whether we like it or not, it's over. Gabby in that story is over. He's dead. Voices think she can say and do anything she wants because she's a protected class. I'm so tired of hearing that. That's not how protected class thing works, Voices. Shayna Renee said that. I got news for you, Shayna. I'm the first person who made a video about protected class. I am the first person who made a video, and you can go watch it. Any of y'all can go watch it. It's my video to Natasha. Um, when I first got on, when I first got on YouTube. So I'm the one who brought that term here. So I'm sorry, but that term is different to some people because I am a protected class. So I don't want to hear her bullshit. Don't come tell me you're in a protected class because I'm a protected class on the fifth level, and most people don't know what that is. Most people only know protected class, and you'll hear them say, "Oh, that refers to people working." No, there are other levels about the protected class. That's only part of it. But the highest one you can have on the amount of disability, well, that would be me. And no, I'm not going to say why because it's nobody's business. If I wanted to say it, I would have said it a long time ago. So her saying that she's protected class ain't going to work on me, Shayna. Can you
Yep.
It's not going to work on me. And Squirrel, you're right. It's not a free pass to do whatever you want to do. Protected class does not mean you can do whatever you want to do and then run behind that. I am in the highest level of protected class, and I'm saying I'm not hiding behind that. I never have. I've never told someone they cannot just never mind on that. Shayna Renee says also, not sure if you're aware, but Voices has been kicked out of 6 different communities in less than 2 years. Oh, no, I don't know that. And I won't be surprised if she gets cut out of another one. I thought when Mandy stopped dealing with her, everybody pretty much stopped dealing with her, and I thought it was over. So I don't know if Mandy picked her back up, and that's why she's all over the place again, or if she's just all over the place. I don't know. But I know I'm not the only person sick of that shit. Squirrel says, oh, dang, 6? That's as bad as NC being terminated like 10 times. Everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. That's what we hear. Voices, voices, voices. Shut up. I do not know how content creators who have children let you sit your ass on their panel because you're insulting them and you're insulting their children. Because there isn't a creator out here that you haven't sat your ass on their panel and used that phrase. And if you're new in here and you don't know what phrase I'm talking about, well, sure you do. Shayna Renee says, wasn't it Voices who fed the protected class thing to Miss P? No, she wasn't. And has been misleading her. Well, I'm going to say this. Go back to my video and look through it. I think it's like my first or second video that I ever made on YouTube. It's directly to Natasha, and it's about, what she was doing to me. I addressed her directly, and I was the first one to talk about the protected class right then and there. I don't remember anybody or ever hearing anybody use it till after. I'm not sure if Miss P still talks to Voices or not, though. Well, Miss P doesn't talk to me. Squirrel says YouTube rules are not hard to follow. I mean, just be a decent human being and you're good. That's the truth. Miss P doesn't talk to me, so I have no idea. I don't know if Miss P still talks to voices. I know when she got in trouble last time, none of them came to her aid in a good way, and I don't care if she hates me or not. I did what I had to do. I called the police to get her help. I admit it. I did it. I said it to her too. So if you hate me for that, then that's okay. Voices started in J for Justice, Critical K, and Mysterious Case Files, NC, MGL, Perplex QT, and now she's cycling through these panels all the time. Yes, she is, Shayna Renee. Um, I don't know half of the. You know what? I don't know any of these people you put up here. J is for Justice. Don't know. But the last time I heard that voice was when I had put the letters from the news channel up, and someone had told me that people were getting sued over that, so I took it down immediately. I don't know Critical K. I don't know Mysterious Case File. I know that Coops lady. I don't know MGL, Perplex QT. I don't know any of those channels. They don't come here. I don't follow them. But you're right. She is cycling through the same panels all the time. Hey, Patty G. Patty G says Voices thought it was okay to make and sell fake COVID cards. Yeah, I know. When she enabled Miss Portland to lie about Noodle Mash, she showed who she was. She's just a nasty individual. It's that she's gonna say she don't know me either. She don't have to know me. I'm in all a subscriber to Jess, to Mandy, and every time I turn around to try to hear something, it's voices. Voices are taking over every panel, running their damn mouth about the same shit. She is an instigator, so I totally believe you, Patty G. She says the same written out script that she has, except now she's added spaded new and neutering to the speech. But everything she says is exactly the same on every panel, like a written speech on a card she's reading. Shayna Renee says, Girl Game, that's what I've wanted to know. How she's not been held accountable for those fake cards. She's not held accountable for anything either. And I'm sorry, you can get mad about it, but if people are holding Natasha accountable for the shit she does, but then why can't Voices be accountable for the shit she does? Hey, it's the same thing no matter who we are. If we do the same shit Natasha does, then we're going to be held accountable. Ain't this the truest sentence ever right here? Well, let me find my stupid mouse acting dumb. Everyone points fingers with no accountability. Spot on, squirrel, spot on. You get an acorn. I mean, really? Do I have to talk like this every day to get people's attention? They sit over there and throw the same old crap every day, same sentences, same everything, just to keep it going, just to have something. Then they're spitting the same crap on every panel. Then you go over to Natasha, and she's over here spitting back at the same people over here. It's a repeat, rinse, wash, repeat. Patty G says, Nasir, I also called the police after that last episode. It was concerning, and I felt I needed to. 6 other people had called before me, and they said I will never call again. Well, I got news for you, Patty. When I called, I must have been the first one. because I had to go through hell to get there. And I talked to the sheriff's department, and they said nobody had called. And so they asked me a lot of questions. So either the other people are lying to you and you got through, and I got through, but I called, so don't feel bad about it. It needed to be done. Shana Renee says the hypocrisy around here is real, Nasir. Yeah, I know that, but I still try to keep a nice clean channel. But you know what I get from a nice clean channel? 2 views. 189 subscribers and I got 2 views. So, I was like, what the hell? Is it because I don't like to cuss, so I don't? Is it because I won't get involved in the drama? Because I won't. I'm not getting involved in their drama. I'm freaking pointing it out. Is that really what everybody cares about? I feel sorry for Jess. Jess got screwed over. She really did. When Coops went on the whole thing about the PO, that's some bullshit. You're just trying to mess. Really, you're going to mess with our kids. So you can't give her props for going 4 years or a little shy of 4 years or a little more than 4 years of cleaning her life up and turning around and becoming a really good parent, taking time with her kids, getting off of drugs. You can't give her credit for that. Hell no. Because to give her credit for that, my God, you'd have to look like a nice person for about half a second. And all these that sit in the shadows are here from NC or here from somewhere else. Why don't you quit sitting in the shadows and bring your ass up here? The link is at the top. If you want to tell me I'm wrong, then get on panel and tell me I'm wrong. Anybody that wants to come on this panel, the link is at the top. Anybody. I'm not saying, in fact, come drop it again.
Hold on.
I'm going to make her drop it again. But I'm just telling you right now, no matter who you are, if you got something to say that you don't agree with me with, then just come on up here and say it. I don't care if you're from Coops Camp or Voices Camp. I don't care.
Oh, I need that.
Oh. Now I'm gonna drop the link for anybody again. It's just unreal. I try to be a nice guy. I try to do commentary on content on people on things that people want to hear. I don't do the bullshit that other people do, just go talking about the same creators. But I had something to talk about today, especially for voices. Who the fuck does she think she is? And Natasha, yeah, I know what you did, Tasha. You sat there and said, "Oh, well, since Nasir, because I know you watch me." You don't, but you got your little spies in here, which makes me laugh my ass off. Why? Because I am the lowest content creator on probably YouTube. Because they don't like that I write about my religion. Get over it. I try to put good on YouTube. Information that people can stand up for themselves on my talks and stuff like that. How you doing, self-aware? Patty G says Natasha has gotten some bad raps on things she hasn't done. I have seen her give and give to people. A lot of this hate is jealousy against Natasha. Well, I have my own uh, thing with her, Patty, and it's deserved. She called my caretaker. Um, well, what word is it? Which one do I want to say? A roach. I was trying to figure out which one I wanted to use first. She called my caretaker a roach. Hi, Michael.
You might not want to say hi. Read that.
Michael says, I'm deeply disappointed as a brother in arms. You are a traitor to what is right. Wow, Michael. You are going to use phrases of the military about YouTube? Are you serious right now? I'm a traitor to who? I'm a traitor to no damn body, Michael. To what is right. I stand up for myself. I go where I want to go. I don't belong to one person or the other. That has not changed. If you have changed, then that's on you. But don't you ever call me a fucking traitor in any way, shape, or form. You got that, brother? And if you don't like it, step your ass out or step up here. Self aware. I've seen NC give, then guilt those she gave. You got that right, self aware. Patty G, I understand. I don't agree with what every creator says or does, but I've seen the good in Natasha. I've seen her do good things too. Shayna Renee, this year I appreciate how you keep it real and you call out all bad behavior. That's how it should be. People don't like it, but keep doing you. Thank you so much. Squirrel Girl says you might want. I ain't worried about his ass. He's a veteran. I'll put his ass down like a veteran. Don't come in here calling me a fucking traitor. Self aware, a traitor to the truth. Oh, nice call, self aware. Nice call. There you go, Michael, right there. He's a veteran, and I'm a veteran. Just so y'all know. Shana Renee, I can see you, Patty. Yes, she does do good things. I'm not going to say everything she does is bad, just the majority of it. Michael, you want to play games today? Michael says, I don't care about your religion. You, buddy, have a character defect. Who would want to have friends like you? I'd be worried of friendly fire in combat. Wow. Michael, the only person you would want beside you in combat is me. And if you're too stupid to see that, if you're too stupid to sit here and bring our devotion to our country, what we together have taken an oath to, and you want to bring that into this because of Natasha, then that's your defect, not mine. You don't know what your oath is, then, buddy. Don't look for character defect over here. You better look at your own self. Shayna Renee says Michael is probably a troll. I'm not sure if I've ever seen that name around before. But oh, I've seen his name around. He's my VA Ranger buddy that I told him personally that I would check on him to make sure he's good. And he comes in here with this bullshit to tell me about my character. Wow. And here I was. My character showed, Michael, the day you were here. And I said that I would always stand beside you and I would always Make sure you're good. That's my fucking character. Where's yours? Patty G. Anyone that doesn't defend the injustices that Noodle Mash has been through is the lowest class. Shane says, same here, Nasir. Michael says, no, the full. Michael, I know the whole story. I used to be in Natasha's clan way before you ever went over there, buddy. And I know what Natasha has done to me. I know what Natasha has done to my caretaker. So you better learn that damn story before you tell me I need to go listen to Jessica's story. I know Natasha's story. It's the same routine. Everybody out here that talks about Natasha, Michael, in case you don't know, have been under her charm for a long time until they broke away. They're not just out here spitting shit because they weren't subs of hers before. I was a sub of Natasha's before. My caretaker was a sub of Natasha's before. There's a lot of people out here who was her sub. Most of the people who say the things they do about her were her subs at one point. But you got a problem with me right now, and I got one with you. You don't have a damn right to call me a fucking traitor. So if you done that, you either got a choice, bro. You can apologize, or you can get the fuck on. Because I won't take that kind of disrespect. Not from a ranger, buddy. You better click that right. Squirrel says, Michael, you better tone your shit down a notch, bro. No, don't take him out of here. Shayna Renee says, wow, Michael. Seriously? Michael says there's always three sides to each story, buddy. Yeah, but it seems to me you don't see all three sides, do you, buddy? Seems to me like you have one side. That's what you're doing right now. Squirrel says you never disrespect another vet and call them a traitor over some YouTube bullshit. How dare you, Michael? You should be ashamed of yourself. Patty says people need to show up with receipts before creators just take their word for it. Yeah, you got that. People need receipts. What has Noodle done wrong? The truth of what Noodle has done wrong is the thing is over. You know, there was a white flag thrown up for it to be over, and she won't let it go. She brought my name into some shit, and I don't even know who she is. I had to go look up it and hear it for myself to believe she said some shit about me. And didn't even know her. I've never spoke the word to her in my entire life. But it didn't stop her from attacking me. And that right there, well, that's enough for me. So what do? I unsubscribe and I don't follow her. That's all. Shana, Shana Renee says, I'm going back to work for a bit, but I'm still listening. Thank you, Shana. We'll see you soon. Do some good work now. Squirrel says, she has come after Nasir for literally no reason. She has not last week or two, but she came at him for defending Miss P and trying to help her with the call of the police thing. Noodle has been there. I believe that, but at some point it's time to let it go. Squirrel says she has been here once or twice, but she has left a while ago. Michael says, I apologize, my bad. We could agree to disagree. The only thing you can do right now, Michael, is to say, I'm sorry, brother. And we can get back on the same page. That's the kind of soldier I am. Patty says she got run off by others. She should show receipts that everything Mr. Portland said was a lie. Yeah. Michael, I let my emotions get in the way. I understand that happens to everybody on YouTube. When anybody gets to talking about Natasha, all emotions get in the way. Hold on. Josephine. Josephine says, at Nasir, you believed all the lies that Miss P fed you about Noodle Mash. No, I listened to her story. That doesn't mean I believed everything. I hear both sides. I've heard Noodle Mash's side on her uh, platform where she told her story. I heard Noodle Mash's story where she was on Natasha's telling her story. And so, no, that is a wrong statement that says you believed all the lies that Miss P fed you about Noodle Mash. No, I didn't. You had no receipts from her. I don't know what receipts I need. Um, I'm not even sure what y'all are talking about receipts. I think y'all got two parts of a story mixed up together because you're saying you had no receipts from her. Noodle has shown all the receipts to show Miss P was lying. You owe Noodle Mash an apology. I don't owe Noodle Mash an apology because what I was talking about with Noodle Mash is for them to not attack each other. So I don't know how you have a receipt for that. So unless somebody wants to explain the receipts of what y'all are talking about, that's all I know. I don't know about anything about receipts. Michael says, I care and appreciate Natasha very much. She literally saved my life. I understand, Michael, but you can't go attacking people like that and make them your way. Patty G. No, it was when Portland was going to court because she said Noodle threatened her life and the seer and Mandy agreed with Miss P. Yes, I did. I agreed with her going to court. I agree with anybody going to court if they feel that they need to. Because that's the right thing that we do in this country. It's not going to get solved between yelling back and forth and calling each other's names and calling each other this and all that bullshit. If there was something that she took to the court that the courts felt like it needed to be addressed, they would have addressed it. And since she went there with nothing for the courts to address, they addressed her. You got to look at both sides, people. I'm not picking a side who was right or wrong, but when you go to court, it's right down the middle. Remember, Portland said she had a recording and written statements of it. I remember saying that, but when she got to court, she showed them what she had and just wasn't good enough. Michael says, divine intervention. I found Natasha. I was close to hurting myself. My PTSD was bad. I understand that, Michael. Patty G. Miss P is even making more lies against her now after she proved Portland wrong. I don't know what's going on with them two. I don't talk. Miss Portland doesn't talk to me, and so ever since she went to court, I talked to her before court, like everybody saw. Then she went to her son's graduation. Then she went to court, and then she started drinking, and she hasn't talked to me since the day she went to her son's graduation. Uh, Josephine says you did because you accused Noodle Mash of all abuse. Go watch Noodle video and apologize. First of all, I'm not going to go watch Noodle's video. Okay, I don't know her. I don't know what her issue is, but I heard her side from Natasha's channel. I heard her side when she said it other times. I listened to her side, and you said you did because you accused Noodle Mash of all the abuse. I didn't accuse Noodle Mash of all the abuse. I said go to court and let the chips fall where they may. If you don't like it, you can step right out. I don't care. But I've heard Noodle Mash talk about me time after time after time. And Noodle Mash attacked me over, not this weekend, was it last weekend?
About 2 weeks ago.
About 2 weeks ago, over the weekend, her and all her people from Natasha's thing, so much to the fact that I had to turn off my comments on all my videos. So I ain't going to apologize for a damn thing, especially since she attacked me. She's them. Patty G, receipts are proof. I understand that. And if I seen some receipts, that would be proof. But what receipts are we talking about? Because I do not know anything about receipts. Michael says, I'm sorry, brother. It was unclear and uncalled for. I'm speaking from my heart. It's all true. I understand, brother. We're good. We're good. Josephine, lies that in this year. I won't be back to this bullshit. Have a nice, grab some toilet paper on your way out. Don't just go out there with a dirty ass, and wash your mouth out too, because that's how you came in here with some bullshit. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. If somebody's got a problem with me, come in here and call me out. Get up on the stage here. I got a link for you. I put the link in there twice. Michael, we are good. I went off on Noodle Mash because she brought her ass on my channel and attacked me through an entire weekend 2 weeks ago when I wasn't even online. That is my thing with Noodle Mash. And after I did my video on it, I left it alone. Hadn't made another video about it, hadn't talked about her at all. I haven't gone on another content creator's channel and talked about her ass. She does not exist to me. Last time I talked to Miss Portland, it was when she went to her son's graduation. Haven't heard from her since then. She's mad at me. She will not talk to me. So I do not know and am not involved in Noodle Mash and Miss Portland. Did I tell Miss Portland when she went to court to take all the things she needed? Yes. And Patty G, I told you in my comment section, you and another person, to just sit back and let it play out. Because I knew when she went to court, she was either going to have enough evidence or she wouldn't. And that's how the cards play. That's what courts are for. Nobody's going to tell Miss Portland to stop or to do whatever, to cut it off. And no one's going to tell Noodle Mash to stop and cut it out either. But if you go to court and the court tells Miss Portland that, hey, you don't have enough evidence for the things that you're saying, so your case is not valid. And that's what they told her, I guess. And so she had to come back, because I haven't talked to her, I assume, because she came back and got drunk and did all the stuff, and she threatened suicide, and hell yeah, I called the sheriff's department on her to go make sure she didn't do that. That's just kind of the person I am. Oh, I don't know. Peggy says Noodle talked in chat in your video. What the Lou? No, it was the comment section of one of my videos. Her and all Natasha buddies came over here, and all weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all day and all night, attacked me until the point that I removed the ability for anyone to make comments on my videos now. And I used to be wide open with people just putting their comments down there, and I commented back or hearted every single one of them until that weekend. When that weekend happened, then I decided it was time for me to take comments away. So if anybody doesn't like me, they hate me, they don't like the way I do things, don't sit down and complain about it in chat. Come up here and have a discussion. Is what the Lou video didn't have anything to do with it. How Noodle Mash and Miss P are going to each other, though. I didn't understand what you wrote, Squirrel. Patty G, no one asked Miss Portland to show proof. She was set up to be let down. Yeah, you might be right on that, but it was still her right to go to court. I mean, don't y'all get that? I am a veteran. I fought in many, many wars for the right to y'all to have your freedom to go to court to get justice. If it's there for you to have justice, you will get it. If it's not there for you to have it, you won't. Y'all are only thinking on these really small legal things of why I agreed with her going to court. Going to court is the only thing that would have shown Miss Portland the truth. But I can't say that Noodle Mash isn't talking about people because she is, Patty. And she needs to stop. She needs to keep my name out of her mouth because I ain't got nothing else to say to her or about her. Patty, all these creators encouraging going to court and she spiraled when she lost. I understand that, Patty, but there are other times she spiraled without going to court. And only the court was going to be able to tell her something everybody couldn't get through to her. She needed to hear it from the court because nobody out here could make her hear it or see it. So sometimes you got to let your friends or someone you care about get punched right in the face, and then you have to be there for them when they fall. Squirrel Girl says just because she got encouragement to go to court didn't mean we all thought that she would win. We knew the courts would sort out whatever needed to be sorted. True. Patty G, I watched the video. Mandy and Miss P bash Noodle. Everyone says her elevator doesn't go to the top, but encouraged her to go. She needed to go to court for herself. She would not have listened to anybody. She never does. The only way to get through to Miss P was to allow her to go through the process that she's entitled to, and that is the court system. It doesn't matter if anybody agrees with me or not, which pretty much I can see that everybody doesn't. Everybody didn't agree with me saying she has the right to go to court. Well, sorry. She had the right to go to court. She's an American. Every American has the right to go to court. And how that plays out to what happens when you go to court is on the court. And they decided for her. Yeah, I know Miss P bashes Noodle, and she ain't gonna stop either. That goes back to where they lived. I can't do anything about that. Patty, she needs to be called out on her lies. Noodle is calling out her lies with proof, and that is Noodle's right to do. No, she did it for her handlers. Ooh, Patty. The word handlers is not a good word to use with me because Natasha called my caretaker a handler of me. And that is not a good phrase to use with me. Because basically, as a handler, you're saying somebody's a dog because I don't know who else has handlers, you know. And I don't know who you're referring to when you say that. Are you talking about Robbie? Are you talking about all those people that she runs to? If so, then just find a different term, please. She apologized to all of them for losing. Well, they took on that. See, people are blaming me for saying she has a right to go to court, but I wasn't the one doing what Robbie and them are doing and still are doing, as a matter of fact. They encouraged her to go for views. They aren't real friends. I understand that. Squirrel Girl. I'm so sick of people being called handlers and roaches and everything else under the sun. So am I. Agree on that issue. Come on, Michael. You need to talk like yourself. Don't hide. Just talk like yourself, brother. Patty G. They lived in the same complex building for 3 years, not 15. And Miss P had problems with everyone. I understand that. Nobody needs to like give me the story of Noodle Mash and Miss P. Because honestly, um, I'm not in it. Yeah, I let her get up on my panel that day to tell her truth. It's her truth. I let her tell it. And then she went to court. That's all that happened. Doesn't mean I took her side. I didn't even know she was going to court until she spit it out of her mouth. And no one else knew either, for that matter. So, kind of in a way, it's a good thing that I let it spit out of her mouth. But the truth of it is, soldiers fight for rights. Everybody's rights, not one person over another. Not for the color of your skin, not for a disability, not for a sex. We fight for everybody, good, bad, and ugly. And we fight for rights that apply to all, not just one. Michael says that's the only voice she would learn. You're exactly right. If you're saying that when she went to court, that's true. If that's what you're referring to, everybody up here could say anything they want to her. She would get in a fight with you and take it down all the way as far as it would go and scream and yell and do all that stuff. And she can listen to them. But at the end of the day, if you go to court, the court decides for you, and you know you can't yell back at them. Patty G says, yes, Robbie and the group that tell her what to do. Well, see, they need to stop doing that. They need to, stop saying 1 minute, when she's in their chat. Because I don't watch Robbie before, but I started watching him a little bit lately to see what exactly he is telling people. See, y'all don't get that. I don't go to all these people's channels and listen to all this stuff. And the next thing you know, Nasir's name is in some shit, and he ain't even been online all weekend. So when I get online, now I got something to say about it. When usually my thing is, I didn't have nothing to do with it. I'll just turn my back and it'll just die because I ain't have nothing to do with it. But that doesn't happen, see? I gave Miss Portland, I was talking to her. Let's go back to the last time I talked to her. Was the day everybody watched and said I encouraged her to go to court. You're damn right I did. It's her right. As a veteran, I fought for her to have that right. Cannot anybody see that and understand that as a soldier? That's what we fight for. It doesn't mean I agree with her. It doesn't mean I don't agree with her. It just means I fought for her right to go. Patty G says, yeah, I know they tell her what to do. Squirrel says the courts are the only way Miss P was going to learn. At Michael, I agree with you saying that. That's what we have been saying this whole darn time. Michael, the judge dismissed it. That's right. And that's the only person she was going to listen to. period. Because no matter what her buddies tell her or feed her on or try to encourage her to do in her head, and the facts are the judge dismissed it. And all her buddies can tell her to do whatever. They can tell her to go do this and go do that, but she can't. The judge dismissed it. And look, now she stays to herself and only goes to certain people. So, really, everybody should be really happy. Patty G says, I just know what this has done to Noodle, and it's heartbreaking and uncalled for. Well, like I said, Noodle's talking about me, and that's uncalled for. And the stuff she's saying about me is not okay. But you know what? Maybe you should tell her to stop talking about me because I'm not talking about her. I know she has a beef with Miss Portland, but that doesn't have nothing to do with me. And it all started because she was on my panel that day. That was the first time I even heard the story about her. And to be honest, I thought she was talking about NC because she talked about NC a lot. I even went back and watched my video of Miss Portland that day, and Miss Portland didn't say Noodle's name. She said this person that I'm fighting with, and then I have this person over here that I'm fighting with. She never called out Noodle in that live. Go back and look at it for yourself. She called out NC, but she did not call out Noodle. So I never knew it was Noodle who she was talking about. I thought she was talking about Miss NC. Squirrel says, it's not our business. What was our business is to call the cops. We made sure she was safe. Other than that, we're just trying to do what is right. Exactly. Patty G says, I understand that my husband died for this country. Yeah, I'm sorry for your loss. I really am. But I know he gave everything for this country. Patty G, every creator needs to call her out on lies. It's not bullying her, it's holding her responsible for her lies. Well, yeah, do you ever think that's why she's not talking to me? Michael says, to God and country, brother. And that's the truth. To God and country. Patty G, she didn't learn anything. She's lying more. But see, I haven't heard her since that day she went to court. I haven't spoken to her. She does not talk to me. So y'all think she's talking to me? No, she's talking to her little clan of those people that she talks to. But she doesn't talk to me. I have not talked to her or heard from her since the day she went to visit the Friday she went to go visit her son for his graduation, and that was before she went to court. She didn't even come up here or talk to me after she went to court. So there you go. She said, Patty G says she said the judge was stupid. She's going back. Well, that's her choice. And if she does, and I hope she's not surprised when she gets the same answer. Patty G says no, she isn't making worse videos and community posts about Noodle. No, she isn't. She's making worse videos and community posts about Noodle. Well, she does need to knock that off. I mean, you went to court, they dismissed the case. If you're going to go back to court, okay, that's your right. But if you want Noodle Mash to leave you alone, then why don't you got what you found out from the judge in one case, that should make you leave her alone and stop saying her name. I mean, she did what she did to me that weekend, and I don't mess with her, but she still says my name. So Noodle Mash needs to take the same advice. Stop talking about each other. Shit. Michael says, I understand that. Patty G, yes, she slipped a few times. Oh, don't we all? We're not perfect. Patty G says, yeah, and she was able to stop the drama when the police came and then started right back in. Patty G says she makes videos and deletes them. Yeah, that's her pattern. Patty G says, I think you should have defended Noodle when she was on your panel, is all. Noodle wasn't on my panel. Noodle has never been on my panel. She has never come over here and got up on the panel or been in my chat room that I know about as Noodle. I have much respect for people who come up and click that link to get up here and talk to me, but she did not. I don't know why y'all think or everybody thinks she came up on my panel, but you can go back and look. I have never gotten rid. I haven't gotten rid of a, a chat or whatever since day one. Noodle has never been on my panel, and if she says she has, she's a fucking liar. Squirrel says, I haven't spoken to her since she came in my last live for 2 seconds, and heck, that was a month ago. Patty G says, she has posted Noodle's address 4 times now. Noodle had to upgrade her security because the crazies are threatening Noodle. See, I don't know why she's doing that, and I would think that Noodle could do something about that because that's putting somebody's life in danger. She shouldn't be doing it. She should not be. Um, she should not be doing that. Patty G says Noodle has been in your chat. You said on my panel under Miss P. What the Lou? Well, how am I supposed to know that's Noodle Mash? Nobody has to come in here. See, this is the problem. When they go in other people, like the creators that are against Natasha, they are so used to going under a different name. If you have something to say in my channel, then come under your real name. I don't care who you belong to. Natasha, uh, fucking Jess, I don't care who you belong to. But don't come in here under a different name and then say I wouldn't let you on my panel because that's bullshit. The link is up there. Anybody could click it. But you know what? You just explained something to me very well. You're talking about the day that she was in here was probably a Friday, and probably that whole weekend is the weekend that she attacked me under the name Noodle Mash. Remember, Jill blocked Noodle in your chat. I don't remember because I don't. If Jill blocked her, then I don't know. I have a memory of some people getting blocked and coming back in as somebody else, but I don't know how she would block her from my entire chat. Uh, but okay, she should have just come in as Noodle Mash. Squirrel, I just went and looked and I didn't see her in the chat replay. See? She came in under Noodle Mash. The name of the video was Miss P. What the Lou. Oh, okay. You're talking about the name of my video to go and look at is called Miss P. What the Lou. I just looked and she's not there, Patty G. Patty G says no, it was T. I'm confused, Patty G. Are you saying that my video called Mrs. P. What the Lou is the one Noodle Mash came into? Squirrel, I'm the only mod, so geo blocking doesn't do anything. Look under Miss P first and last warning. I might have them wrong. Squirrel's gonna look. Jill, how you doing, Jill? I also have Miss P blocked. Well, Patty, just regardless, let me tell you this. There are a billion ways. I have an email. Squirrel Girl says she was on the first and last warning video, but only for literally 2 minutes. I didn't block her. Squirrel, they're asking why you blocked her. Because Jill says we all have the right to block. Hey, Nasir. We didn't block Noodle. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that video because I think that video is way longer than. When was that video done, Squirrel? Was that more than 2 weeks ago? No, Jill blocked Noodle. Wouldn't. Then why are you asking me about this, Patty? Saying no, Jill blocked Noodle. Jill can block anybody when she's in chat, just like everybody else can. They can block people they don't want to see. Hey, Cole, how you doing, bro? Well, you come in mess. Come on in here. Yes, it was more than 2 weeks ago. Are you kidding me? I personally have them both blocked. That's my right. It is her right. You're talking about something more than 2 weeks ago. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. I do not go to other people's chats and come back and do the whole replay it and make commentary to people. I don't do all that. But Jill, as a subscriber, she has the right to block anybody in a chat she doesn't want to hear from. Because you said Noodle has never been in your chat, and she was. Well, that's because I didn't see her. I didn't see her as no, you said Patty, you said she was on panel. And no, she wasn't on my panel. Squirrel says it was 1 month ago, May 15th to be exact, adjust glasses. Any other questions? This is why this shit.
Why are we arguing about if somebody was on panel?
This is why this shit never ends. I mean, Patty G, this is exactly why this shit never ends. Sorry, but Cole says Noodle Mooch is the instigator. Well, I don't know. Seems like there's some equality going on here. Patty G says, but I'm talking how Noodle got bashed when Miss P and Mandy were on your panel. They are their own people. Just because people bash someone does not mean it is me. Jeez, she was in chat but not on panel, Jill says. And Patty G says, if I did, I meant chat. Excuse me. Everybody on here is very familiar. You've been all over YouTube, and everyone knows that Mandy does not get along with anybody from the NC squad. Miss Portland does not get away, does not get along with anybody from the NC squad. So for me just to believe logically that they were both on my panel and they both were talking about this, but I watched that video. If you're talking about that Friday that Miss Portland was on my panel and Mandy was up here, that was that Friday before the graduation, is the last time she was up here. She never said Noodle's name. She said this creator or that creator. She never said Noodle's name. I've been back and watched that video 20 times or better, but she did say NC, and I thought she was talking about NC. I even told her to turn her page around so nobody could see what her stuff said because that's the proper thing to do. Noodle proved everything Portland said was a lie. Well, Patty G, all I can say is it seems like that if Noodle made a golden rainbow, you will believe it and nobody else. Because I'm sitting here telling you what I did, and you're like acting like I have a side. And again, I'm going to say it I don't have a side between Noodle and Portland, but I have a side in the sense that Noodle came in to my um came onto my site all Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and wrote the nastiest shit you could ever hear. And I deleted all of them from her and her buddies. So that is why Noodle Mash can kiss my ass. Squirrel says, why is this even an argument? Mandy has her own person. Exactly. Patty G. Cole D. Miss Portland has been doing this for years. I Noodle just called her out on it and proved it. Okay, Noodle, according to you, Patty, anybody that says anything about Miss P, you're going to bring up Noodle Mash and just say Miss Noodle Mash was right. Okay, so I don't care. If you want to stay, okay. If you want to leave and not be a sub to me, that's fine. But Noodle Mash attacked me for an entire fucking weekend when Miss Portland was at her son's graduation, so she didn't do shit to her that time. And you can't. That's exactly why I turned my comment section off on all my videos because of Noodle Mash. Patty G, you know who she meant. No, I didn't. Now, see, Patty, she said NC. And you're going to sit here now and accuse me of having, like, what, telepathic things because I know who Miss P is talking about? No, your ass is wrapped up in all this Noodle and Miss P stuff, but I am not. So don't accuse me of knowing who she meant because I knew she was talking about Natasha. And she was. I watched the video 20 times again. Jill says, I'm only a sub, and Noodle went back and did a C post about me because she was blocked and then did a video with my name in it. What? Exactly. She took up my whole board the whole weekend on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday until 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock in the morning. What the hell is that? Little psycho, maybe. Patty says, no, I look at facts and receipts and new. Okay. Then go. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, receipts. You keep saying receipts. If you can't explain, why don't you grab a link and bring your ass up here? Jill said she meant NC, and so did I, until I realized later, but had to go. Jill says Nasir thought it was NC, and so did I initially. He and I both did. I realized it later. Yeah, but you can't tell her anything. You cannot tell Patty G anything because she thinks she has the facts, and by God, she is going to settle down in some cement that I did this and I knew that, and I'm just gonna bullshit. Thank you, Jill, for like putting the truth out there. Amen. Hence, I have them both blocked. Cole says Noodle Mooch attacked me before I knew who she was. Hell yeah, I didn't know who she was when she attacked me. She told NC chat I was her stalker in real clear scripture. The first time she attacked me, I didn't even know she did. Someone told me about it in an email, and I had to go look it up in order to respond to her. So I'm with you. I didn't even know who she was. So see, that's some bullshit about Noodle Mash. Jill Squirrel and the Seer thought P was referring to NC, and so did I. So exactly. If you say receipts are proof, why not just say the word proof? Like what? Shaking my head. No, no, Jill, you just said something about someone made a community post or something about you. Or did I read that wrong? Jill says exactly. Yeah, Jill is really good. Squirrel Noodle Mash did right after that chat when she realized I had her blocked. So I guess I don't know if Patty G just decided to roll out or she just stopped arguing. That's up to her. I don't tell anybody to leave. Anybody can stay. Just have a conversation though, and if you have something that serious that you are just stuck on, then come up and grab a link. But don't sit here and fucking blame me because you're buddies with Noodle Mash and you want to take Noodle Mash's side when I don't even know her. And I don't to know her. But what I do know is that she attacked me from a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all the way up until 1 o'clock in the fucking morning. And that is some bullshit. And I turned all my comments off so that it would stop. If I didn't, it would have kept going for God knows how long. Talking about a dog getting a fucking bone. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Cole says, is Patty G Noodle Mooch's spokeswoman? I don't know. I mean, for some reason, I mean, she's always been in here, you know, and never seemed to have a problem with anything we're talking about. But so I guess I just have my first experience with someone coming in and just going haywire instead of coming up. I told her to come up here. Why the hell would people get in your chat and it's like people who text for 3 hours when you could pick up a damn phone and call somebody and have a phone conversation for 5 minutes?
That Josephine person
Yeah.
is in Noodle Match's chat talking about you.
Oh, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Josephine is
Oh,
in.
and Patty G.
Oh, and Patty G are in Noodle Mash's chat talking about me right now. See? I don't even know Noodle Mash. How many times I gotta say it? Do you want a tattoo in blood? I don't know Noodle Mash. And we wouldn't have got on the subject of Noodle Mash at all if Josephine and I'm sorry, people run out of here. if I hope you're listening, Noodle Mash, because I don't know you and you don't know me, and I stopped you from putting nasty comments on all my videos that you and your buddies started doing that one Friday. But now Patty G and Josephine are over there talking about me, saying I'm talking about you. But remember this, Noodle Mash, they brought up your name in here. They brought up your damn name in here, and they've been riding a yellow horse about you since about 30 minutes or more. So why don't you tell your Ghostbusters to stay away and not bring up your fucking name? Then nobody will talk about you, because we weren't talking about you until Patty G brought up your name consistently, along with Josephine or Jacqueline or whatever the hell their name is, because I don't know you and you don't know me. And let's part waters with that. Now that those people are out, maybe we can get back to the business that was at hand before she came in here. Jill says Squirrel Nasir thought P was referring to NC, and so did I until later on. Jill says, when first came in here, I had left a comment suggesting she not engage because of how it goes with Miss P. The next video she started with, no one tells me how to run my channel. Wow, that was intense. Yeah, apparently that's what's happening to me right now. I can't even believe this shit. See, 100% exactly right. Jill, knee jerk reactors. This is just some bullshit. They come over here, and Patty G has been with us for a while, but apparently she's not with us anymore. And yes, it's Jill says it's like worshiping a false idol. Can't help that y'all, just want to fall at their feet. And everybody that knows me and everybody that's been in here for a while with me and rode along and hang on, they know I don't talk about people I don't know. But what surprises me is that if I'm just the nice, quiet Muslim guy who throws in prayers and does all these, things for making people grow, then nobody has a problem with it. But, I don't get my views and stuff. But that's okay. But if I allow what happened that just happened, then all of a sudden, guess what? It's the same bullshit that goes on between Natasha and Jess. So I guess all those people that were just in here that ran over there are now trying to start a battle between me and her. And I'm not having a battle with me or her, because I've heard the way she's talked and I'm not interested in that crap. But do I believe she's going to like start a whole hoo ha thing over those two people running over there? Well, if she follows the playbook of Natasha, of course she will. But just make sure all y'all that are in here, make sure that y'all at least have the backbone to say that's some fucking bullshit. Nasir didn't say that. That is what people need to do. Stand up when someone says bullshit that didn't happen. We wasn't even talking about that damn woman until those two people brought it up asking me questions about something. That's how her name got brought up, by those two that ran over to her chat. So I'm glad to know that I am no longer a virgin from trolls from another chat sending people over. Jill says it's like kids in kindergarten running to tell another, then gang up on each other. It certainly is that way. It's that way 100%. And that's all they're doing. You're going to run over there and run your mouth to somebody, but what are you going to say? I just didn't take her side? Who fucking cares? I don't take her side, not for anything about Miss Portland. That doesn't have anything to do with it. I don't take her side because, well, you should have never came in and attacked me all weekend. So I'm not taking your side because of what you did to me, not Miss Portland, not about Miss Portland. You brought your nasty ass in my comment section and you wrote all these nasty things about me, and your buddies wrote all these nasty things about me and wrote nasty thing about my faith. And so what are you going to say now? No, I didn't do that. My friends didn't do that either. You're not. You NC bunch of lying ass bullshit people. You did. And you are the reason that I shut my comment section down underneath all my videos. I did that because of the very content creator that is trying to start shit with me. Keep your damn dogs in your yard. I guess I shouldn't be the Mr. Quiet guy anymore. I should be this guy. Same person, but I just keep my faith to myself. Jill, that's why I just listened. As I was listening, I heard my name and came on. It was so predictable. Well, I was wondering where you were. I mean, I was kind of shocked you wasn't here. Squirrel and Cole see that pattern too. Yeah, I know they do. I mean, why start all that shit if I'm telling you there's a link? Bring your ass up here. Why start all that bullshit? Like Noodle Mash over there talking about me right now. Why doesn't she bring her ass over here and talk to me? Come on, Noodle Mash. Come over here and grab the fucking link because it is right up here posted. And let's end this. Instead of listening to two women who ran over here to blah, 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 and now going over there to blah, 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 come over here and grab a link, Noodle, and get your ass up on panel so we can end this because I'm not a child. Squirrel, you only mentioned it. Oh, of course. We sure do. Look, you sure do what? You like me to. You like it when I talk this way, right, Cole? I want you to answer that too, bro. Squirrel says Patty and that other person said you were talking about her and that they left your channel, but that's all they saw. What a bunch of liars. They can't even shit. I hope she is listening to me. Those people are lying to you. My God. You see that now? I got Patty on my brain that every time I see her, I know she lied about me. And Jacqueline, I ain't never seen her ass before. Never seen her ass before at all. So Cole says, yes, sir. So Cole says that I should come online like this instead of being the nice, quiet guy like this. Am I getting that right, Cole? Squirrel Girl Gaming. Heck, I prefer Cole and Jill here versus those others. You ain't lying. I didn't know where I lost Cole at. I can't believe they're sitting over there. I was just an innocent person over there going. Patty G has been doing this attack on me since that Friday, but I just thought she was confused about the video, you know. But now I see no, she wasn't confused. I love how Miss Portland goes everywhere, right? But she comes on my panel and it's a nightmare because she came over here. Right, Jill? And how is Nasir supposed to know someone's alt name? I would not know. You know why? Because I use my name everywhere I go. I'll even go, spy on Natasha and use Nasir. It'll say there, Nasir is watching. Because I am fucking watching her because she's a skank. Squirrel Girl says you can talk like this and still be kind. You're just calling out the bullshit when you see it. It won't stop if no one calls. It ain't going to stop anyway. Amen to that, Jill. I don't use alt names. Not at all. And NC, now today or whatever is gonna like do a whole thing on Gabby Petito again, regarding Brian Laundrie's letter. But of course, I did something about his letter. I think it was on Friday when the information first came out. And earlier that day, Tasha said she wasn't going to bother with anything because she can't have her crime channel back. So she's not going to do that. And just, boo hoo, boo hoo, boo hoo. But then guess what? After Nasir does it and after Parker does it, and I heard Parker's, and well, you have to go listen to it for yourself. It wasn't my cup of tea. Uh, how you gonna badger a dead man, Parker? How? But so I discussed the letter, and then here you come. Within a couple of hours, her putting up, NC putting up a thing saying she's going to discuss the letter and go into it. And she had the True Crime Natasha Cooper channel, and she she went and created a new True Crime Natasha channel. I know she did because she was going to go on live, and then she was going to go on live, and then she was going to go on live again, and then she finally came on and say, "Well, I was going to go live all those times, but I had to wait. I had to give my channel 48 hours to publish or some shit like that." So you can't even think of your own fucking content now, huh? Wow, there you go. And I'm going to test this theory too, because I'm going to put out something that I know for a fact not one person has done anything about it. Not the way that I'm going. Oh, and Jill, while you're here, I have a stack of paper because of you about fucking Ramos. Oh, Lord. That's what I did all weekend. I wasn't feeling good, so I did some research on Ramos and the shooting. And y'all who haven't been here, I'm not taking the side of everything else. Jill knows I'm taking the side from Ramos, the shooter, his side of looking at it. And I got some stuff that I got some info that I need to put out there. But I also have some uh, stuff that it pushed me over to, I guess is the way to see it. So we've made a new intro for that that's not up yet. See, I'm kind of not putting it up yet because I swear, as soon as I put something up, Coops is all over doing the same subject. I guess she thinks because I'm the lowest person on the poll and nobody listens to me, then hey, why not? Let's go and take his idea and do it ourselves because we have all the people. He doesn't have any people. Squirrel Girl says, I'm still making the trailer for the new thing we're going to do. I know. Jill says, very interesting. Oh, is it very interesting? It's very interesting and yet very disgusting and very heartfelt at the same time. You'll be hearing this person right here, I guess, talking, but not the soft one. There's not going to be a soft subject. But I'm waiting to see when I come out with it and hit, on it. I was gonna put out, the trailer about it as an update for the channel, but then I start seeing what I think is NC following me, uh, using the content that I'm trying to use. She will do the same subject because she thinks she can do it better. Jill says yes, she does because she knows you know the scoop and she wants the scoop. Yeah. She wants me to do all the work for her, and then she wants to take my idea and turn it into her idea. Jill, and it's like the journalist that want the big story. She's fighting for it. Well, she can fight her ass all over because I'm not putting it up. I'm not putting the trailer up or nothing until the very day that I'm gonna do the first episode. This is going to be a multi episode. But as soon as I do the first episode, if she is doing that, it will definitely show because no one's doing it. No one's doing what I'm fixing to do. So it's definitely going to show if she does. I got news for that. You thought of it first correct, then she wants to take credit. Yep, she sure does. But she ain't getting this one. So, I mean, when I put Brian Laundrie's letter out, I almost fucked up because I was running the stream of the news people whenever to let them read out. I mean, I gave them all the credit and everything. And then someone contacted me quickly and said, "Hey, somebody else is getting sued for doing what you're doing." And I drowned it immediately. I drowned in my entire live immediately. And then I went back and just talked about it myself. So I touched that one already. No, my perspective on this one thing, and Jill, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'll tell you this. It ties into Rob Elementary. That's where it starts. So there's more on Rob, and we're going on a ride after that. And it's not a good ride. It's a nasty, ugly, dirty, shitty ride, but we're going on it. And Cole, I'm gonna make sure I bring this person right here, since he says this is, okay, how people want to hear me talk. Is that right? Is that what I got from him? Yeah. I mean, I know I'm not doing anything wrong by talking this way. I just use more curse words than I normally do. And I just use more cuss words than I usually do. I know you're here, Cole. Jill says it stinks to high heaven. Oh, but I tell you one thing: if she's trading for content off of me and being a lower channel, it's gonna stick out like a sore thumb, and she can't say shit. And I damn sure am gonna say shit about her when she does it. That ain't gonna be no joke. It's just sad. She's such a big, bad creator and stuff. I just remember her saying, I'm not doing anything with the letter because I'm out on my true crime channel. And then I did it. I talked about it. And then Parker talked about it. But me and Parker are definitely not the same. So if you want to listen to hers and then listen to mine about the letter, I would suggest you listen to both those. and you'll understand what I'm saying. And then here comes Natasha, rolling down the road, makes her a true crime channel. She don't want to do true crime. She wants to do drama. Even though she gets caught in lies everywhere, she should clean up the lies that she told about the Petito case. Like all those orange markings were bullet holes. That's not true. Uh, Hey JB and Hey Walt on the news channel told quite well that those marks were directions for the people walking through the crime scene of where to walk, and they made those marks all the way from the rocks through that area. So it told them where to walk, not to mess up the crime scene. So that's what all those orange marks were. So, how many more lies did she tell about it? How many more things did she make up? You know, I mean, there's no need. Why don't you just tell the truth? Why make up shit just because you want Brian Laundrie to be guilty? He's guilty. How much more guilty can you get than he said, I did it? He didn't bump around it and say how, however what. He didn't bump around it at all. He said in his letter, I did it. So what's their report on? To say he did it, and then what? Now you're going to come up with a new story that says, I don't think he wrote this letter. Well, who's going to tell you, boo boo? Jill, you've got the military background like my husband, so you think outside the box and multi-dimensionally. Plus, when it comes to weapons applicable, you understand them in a way many don't. This is true. This is true. Thank you so much. I mean, she had laundry out there, with bullet holes all over the place, like it was the wild, wild west. And you know what? Like he had night goggles on and was just shooting at shit. And I think the boy had lost more bullet holes than he had bullets, according to her reporting. But those orange, things weren't bullet holes. Shit. That's a pretty big, not okay statement that she told. If you don't know, it would be best to say, I don't know. They haven't released that information yet. I'd rather say, I don't know, I don't have that information yet, or I haven't drug it down yet, than to just lie and say, oh, I know what that is. Those are bullet holes when they're not. And what about the other things? From his letter, it sounds somewhat believable, to be honest. If you work from the beginning of the case forward, it sounds believable. And he writes nothing about trying to hook a ride up with these people for $200. And are these people telling the truth? Or they just, want to be involved in a story? There's a lot there to find out if he did or didn't do that stuff. I don't know how you're going to prove it because he ain't here to prove it. And he didn't talk about that kind of stuff in his letter either. So how you going to debunk that? You're just going to say, well, he ran off for 2 days and left her body there and went into a bar in a different town, faked he was on hike. Um, all these things, got in a Jeep with two people, and then just, offered them $200. And I need more proof than those people. And it doesn't match his letter at all that he did those things. Jill says, just like all the craziness with the Watts case, and NC saying the mistress had a baby and then had her kid stand in a hole the size of Shannon. That woman's name gets me every time. Shannon's grave. Super offensive and since. Oh my gosh. Why would she do that? See, the stories are hard enough as it is. They are. Don't need to over sensationalize it to another level. But she does that to get views. And she does that and she talks about things and she says things that aren't true because she makes her look like she's got some insider information. But I'm sorry. His letter that he wrote sounds par. It sounds truth. Maybe hard to believe, but I don't think he wrote the last line, the last little thing about pick up all the stuff because Gabby doesn't like trash. I don't think he wrote that at the same time that he wrote the whole letter. I don't believe that. I believe that's the last thing he wrote before he put the thing away. Yes, that's sick. I mean, seriously. That's what I'm talking about. Telling factor telling things that you think are fact that are really your opinion. You just make the story's already fucked up. Why do you gotta add to it? It's to get likes and to get money. Because they think she has the inside scoop. But some of the stuff she fed us when it was going live wasn't the truth. And if I have one huge thing that wasn't the truth, how do you know the rest of it ain't true that she says? Like the bullet holes. Those were not bullet holes. Said two or three times it wasn't bullet holes, it was a path. A marked path for FBI and whoever else was out there to follow to not mess up the real crime scene. Jeez, I mean, damn. What kind of true crime people are you if you're making up shit? You can either say, I don't know. I'm sure it'll be let out later. But no. Them marks that you told have Brian out there looking like he's, the worst shooter in the shaky shooter in the wild, wild west. Can't hit shit. Not to mention he can't see. Couldn't see. So that must have been why he was wildly shooting all over the place. Ooh. Stop making shit up. If you're going to be in true crime, tell the truth. And yes, that is some sick shit right there. Yes, that is very sick. Cole says NC knows her subs will believe. That is true. That is the fucking truth right there. It doesn't matter if she says true or false. They will believe anything she says. And then come out here and do things like Jacqueline or Jacqueline or whatever her name was and Patty G just did. They will go in another content creator's room, stir a lot of shit that doesn't make sense, and then go run back over there and spread. Hell, they can't even tell the truth when they go back. So they didn't find out any information. And I mean, if you're dead set on some things, then just be dead set on it. Jill says the first time I ever saw NC was when she was doing the Watts parody, not long after my relative murdered four. Not long after my relative murdered four family members and was apprehended on his way to see us. Shit. I was offended, mentioned it. She went nuts. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm sorry to hear that, deal. I don't blame you. Jill says I never went back. I don't blame her. That's some fucked up shit. Wow. See, you just some shit you just can't even like. You just can't. I mean, true crime is already disgusting enough if you're like telling all the freaking details, because that's already sick enough. You know. And then to add lib to it and add lies to it. Why? For the views? For money? Of course, our subs will believe everything, just like Cole said. And they will dip in their pocket too for a penny. They'll drop in their pocket for every penny they got, and they'll drop it on every period of a sentence. Never wondering how she got all this information. Never go to look for theirself for the truth. Unbelievable. More than likely, same old sentence. You can't make this shit up. Truth is truth. Lies are lies. But it's going to be interesting to see what new lies we get today. We're going to get a whole bunch of new ones today, I guarantee you. I didn't, she has something written on there about uh, the mom's letter. I didn't see a mom's letter. So maybe she has something I don't know. I didn't see Roberta's letter. But, you know, I would have thought it was put out. I didn't see no letter from Roberta. So, or maybe NC's in a slang kind of way saying that Roberta wrote this. Maybe that's what she's saying. Now, that's some shit right there, right? If that's what she's saying when she says Roberta's letter, if she's saying that Brian's letter that they found in his dry bag, the police did, is really written by his mother, how the fuck you know that? How do you know that? You don't know that. You just out in the wind saying shit again. I don't know. How would I know? How would you know? You got a handwriting analysis done? Wow. Do you have one of those people in your arsenal? No, you don't. Don't you think the police checked out that? They have those kind of people, the ones that use the little eyeball thing that sticks out and goes, wow, they know somebody's writing from one to another. They would have picked up on that. What do I think about that the laundry should do about the case as far as them going to civil court? I think they should shut up and just pay the Petito family whatever they want. Do I think it's possible that when Brian came home and didn't tell them? Hell yeah, I think it's possible he didn't tell them. Jill says just like she personally knew the Watts mistress aunt, even had a channel dedicated total BS. What the hell? That sounds like every time I hear the Watts case, it sounds like some shit that they also say about what's her name, Kelly the advocate, trying to get into I don't remember whose case that was. Was it the Watts? tried to date one of the nephews or some shit. Oh my gosh. Get the hell out. But it's some they talk about everybody out here on the web, but there's some true twisted shit up in there. Truly twisted shit. I can't even believe it. Unbelievable. Lord, Lord, Lord. Well, first of all, I want to thank you guys for all being here. Cole, I'm taking your advice to heart. So I hope I see you again, bro. Jill, I'm sorry that happened to you. Honestly, I am. And thank everybody for coming here. Be sure to hit like, uh, hit the like button on here, please. I'm trying to do $5 donations to the homeless water blazing heat fund. That's just I'm trying to buy some flats of water for the homeless because we all can go inside, but they don't have an inside to go to with air conditioner. So if you feel like donating, please go and do that. Um, it's in my about section. Um, I will see y'all again soon, and thank you guys for being here. You were great, and I love you guys. And I'll catch up to you later. Bye bye now.